We know this, Scrabble. We know that shit.
So here's the deal. Here's what we're gonna get into. Something's up with the Charlie Kirk thing. Nothing adds up to the Charlie Kirk thing, so much so that we have to question more, right? So now I do need to lead in with a couple things before we get into it.
Yeah. Got it.
What we're bringing is facts, evidence, what's posted. We're bringing stuff that, well, what is so-called facts. We're bringing what is posted from these FBI, sheriff, the local authorities, whatever's on the news, ABC, Fox,
Lying
CNN, whatever they are.
motherfuckers.
We claim that it was confirmed trans shooter because the leads that came out before they was on the news were saying that there were anti-fascist trans-related engravings on the rifle. No. So, but with what has come out as the official evidence, we want to get into why it's very, very questionable now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It don't make no sense. At least not to me. It don't make no sense to me. Then they talk about something he walked up and then left with the gun and all that. Yeah, I don't even know if you want to do that now, but if we could pull up this motherfucking video, bro, like that, he didn't have no hammer on him. Not no rifle. Now listen, I don't, whatever you want to call it. Nothing was engraved on that rifle, man. I don't know if you could be so kindly and pull that rifle up somehow, but it wasn't nothing engraved on the rifle. I don't know if they said the cartridge. I don't know what they said, but they ain't even show no engravements. Hold up, wasn't it a bolt action rifle they said?
So that's exactly what it is that I want to get into, but I want to finish. I don't know if I want to call it an apology or an admission, but what I want to say is, here's what we was kind of wrong about was I had said that it was a confirmed trans shooter because there were leads coming out.
Mm-hmm.
The leads coming out had not hit the news yet. This is inside info. The people that hit, your Alex Joneses and the FBI director and Cash Patel was there giving leads, and they said that there was anti-fascist trans-related engravings. But now, when they read the engravings on the rifle and the cartridges, what it had said was fascists eat this on one of the bullets, but then on the rifle it said, if you read this, you're gay, right?
Oh, okay.
So I guess, I don't know if I would call it an apology or an admission of being wrong when we said it's confirmed that it's a trans shooter.
Yeah. No, but that's easy to get mixed up, though, especially when you're talking about some fascists and all of that. Like, that's some shit that always tied them into, I don't know, like, that's weird to me. So what else happened?
Well, so what we got for you guys that we're going to show you, we got images of what they're reporting to be the actual rifle, the rifle. Now, if I turn out to be wrong on this is just what the claims are. They're saying this is the rifle up against the boots of the finders, all right? Now, we got some images of what the claims are, the physical claims are, and we're going to debunk them. Now, after we debunk them, we're going to show you how we're going to debunk them and our reasoning behind why this needs to be questioned a whole lot more, and there either has to be many more people involved. They better follow up on those so-called 11,000 more leads. Or if there's not more people involved, then the people that we believe in are lying.
Definitely other motherfuckers. There's definitely other people involved. You gotta be out your motherfucking rabbit ass mind. You think it ain't no other. Dude ain't pulled this off all by himself. Even though it was perfect, I ain't saying it ain't impossible to do, but to do this all by himself, he had to have the cue first and foremost. Like, had to know, like, it had to have somebody had to be ground level. Like, the people who was making the little movements behind them, they try to say it wasn't them. I feel like they need to be questioned if that's the case. You know what I mean? And then it was the person maybe who asked the question. Maybe he need to be questioned. You know what I mean? Or somebody amongst the crowd. But it's something that's going to tell us that, like, it was more than one person. It was more than him.
Do you have to have a cue? And the reason why I say do you have to have a cue is any one of us get out there and try to tag a deer, that prize buck, we don't need a cue. We wait. At range, we wait. Do you have to have a cue?
No, I don't think you probably have to have a cue, but seeing the target ground level, like, no matter what you getting into, like, especially if you want to be smooth about it, like, you gotta have a visual on the target. I don't give a fuck from the ground or just because it was from a scope. Like, maybe it was just his neck that he seen. And then when the dude did that sign, maybe that was all that he seen.
I want to
Any type of
revisit.
movement that I do or whatever, that's when you do it. Cause soon when dude did the hat and then the dude did this with his hand, whether he was adjusting his shirt and all that, it looked crazy. Cause right after he did that, it was like fire. Boom, boom. And then they act like, oh shit, damn. That shit was nuts. That ain't nothing.
I do want to jump back in on that because when I seen social media video releases, so this is people like me and you, this is not the news, but people posting on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
Yeah.
when you see the perspective from the other angle, from the physical right of Kirk over here, so to me, it convinced me that those two people were not really involved. But the reason why it also doesn't convince me that they're involved is there would if they were involved, there'd have to be a lot of money in play because I don't have those videos pulled up ready from that perspective. But the reason why is I come to the realization is that guy who did that shit, it looked like it was a signal. He had been the personal security for Kirk for a very long time.
Hey man, but money make you do heinous crimes, man. The right price tag. Well, you really think Kirk was paying like that? Like I mean, like life changing money to where as though like he wouldn't just look. All you gotta do is give me a signal. Just just give this kid a signal, and he's gonna do the rest. You ain't doing nothing. I don't know. But what I'm saying, what it looked like to me, bro, it looked like that shit was staged, set up. It looked like that was a sign. That was a signal. The dude with the hat, they both had dark shades. That's just a telltale sign.
Yeah, I
I know
think
it
that's
was
a
hot.
security
They
thing.
under
So you
tent.
can't see where their
I
eyes
was
is moving.
looking. I know. It just looked crazy. I'm not the only one who gonna admit that. It looked crazy, especially from the left side. You was talking about the right side. And then on the right side, I did see a video, but it didn't even show the dude in the white who adjusted his hat. But on the left side, you seen wipe his ear, then adjust his hat, and then the dude did the movement. But from the left side, you just seen dude wipe his hair. You ain't even see the hat adjust. And that was in the same type of time.
So one thing that I do want to point out, and I don't have this video ready for this, but it is available if you just go look on Instagram, Twitter, and X. There was another guy fleeing in a brown shirt that had a pistol, and he was in the front row.
Yeah, they try to say he shot him like this, hit him with. They try to say he shot him up close.
Not that dude. Not that dude. I know who you're talking about. I'm talking about. There was a guy that they seen on the exit, and he was probably a guy like us that just came prepared. I'm in public. I got my shit on me.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as shit popped off, he was evacuating with everybody else. He was holding a bag and a gun. Well, that guy was never questioned, as far as I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know of any pistol caliber, unless it was a 10 mil. I don't know of any pistol caliber that's going to cook him like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. No, yeah. It Joe had that bit 10 million. That shit was crazy. It ain't like that shit was it was clean. I heard the echo. Any gun going echo, especially like that, but with the way that it echoed, if you watch the videos again, like and really pay attention to the echo, the way it echoed, that shit was a distance away. It was a distance away. That shit echoed. And there's a lot of bodies right there too. And the echo, that's how you could tell it was a distance. Came from a mile away.
So my theory is the gun was so-called found in the woods. And that's what I think needs to be questioned more, is the gun being found in the woods.
Why you say that? Why you think that out of everything that's going on, from him with the gun, leaving with the gun, I think that him jumping off the roof and allegedly having a gun on him is the biggest telltale sign. Now you could say what you gonna say about what you think, but that's why I think that, because you listen, a person who know about like that type stuff, he jumped off a roof. You ain't see no type of leg resisting the way he hit you. He tossing their head in his leg and all that.
He crunched up.
Yeah, he fell. He fell regular. It wasn't no type of eye movement to show or indicate like, oh shit, like, and why not like you kept the hang jump, you kept it in your pants? Why how a heavy hammer ain't slide off? He tucked it in with the attachments? Like, how the fuck?
Well,
He's skin and bones. You could have seen the difference if.
Let's save the debate. Let's save a little bit of the debate for after we offer what they claim is happening, and then some images of why we think it ain't happening. Okay, so this is ABC News, and they said spent cartridges were still in the chamber. All right, so
you gotta know about the bolt action. You gotta know how it worked. So they said that the shell was still in the chamber, correct?
Correct.
So if it was a bolt action, and it was still in the chamber, that mean that he didn't try to do nothing. He just shot it. Like I thought that. Like I'm confused right now. Don't that bullet come out?
Well, so what I want to point out is chamber means it was fired and it's still right before the barrel where the slug come out.
Yep.
It's right there on the feed ramp, right after the feed ramp. So it's still in it's not in the clip. It's in the pipe, right? Here, the cartridges that were recovered were flown to FBI's main laboratory, Quantico, Virginia, for the most technologically advanced forensic analysis. If it's still in the chamber, what that indicates is he fired the rifle, but with a bolt action. This is not a lever action. This is not a pump action. This is not semi-auto where the bullet
Automatically,
ejects.
no, yeah.
You got to take that bolt, pull it back. So you got to pull it up and back.
Yeah.
And when you pull it up, as soon as you pull it back, the shell
Ping!
comes out. But because when he pulled the trigger, he ran. Okay? So he never pulled that action back to eject the round. Now, there's a little bit more proof of this. So let's look at this image right here. This is where they claim that they got a palm print and a forearm or a footprint or whatever. The palm print, footprint did not come from when he jumped down off the building. It was from right here on the top of the building. There's no shell casings ejected. All right. There's no photo of the shell casings ejected. This does confirm that he never ejected that round, right? And that round was never really photographed as evidence so far as what we've seen yet.
At least, yeah, that's what they should. Yeah, that's what they showed us, right?
But this is the so-called Mauser 30-06 that he was using. So this is the so-called image. Why is it in a box?
That shit look bread. That shit butter. Go back. Let me see.
Ain't even no wrinkles on the box. There's not even a...
But they put every rifle they find in the evidence drawer like that. I thought that they just...
That's the box that come in when you buy it, bro.
Look crazy. Look,
now here's my question.
Motherfuckers.
If this, now here's the thing. If another rifle comes out later and they say, "Nah, psych, it's a different rifle."
Yo.
Nah, psych, this ain't the FBI boots. Nah, psych, this a different one. Where's the engravings?
Man, yeah.
Where's the engravings?
And with a bullet that they said had the writing on it.
Now, to me, you know what that looks like to me? It looks like a 1022. That don't look like a 30-06. Now, it could be a 30-06. I could be tripping because you ain't putting a scope like that on a 22.
Let me say, yeah, that junk crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, but here's the thing. So look at the action. Look at the bolt.
You can see it, yeah. Go around
right here. You got to pull it up and back to eject the round. My claim is they said that he stashed the gun in the woods. I didn't just pull this image out of nowhere, though. This is what they were reporting.
This is what they reported, right?
Yeah, this is what they were.
I thought you. I didn't know if you was bad at first because you play too much sometimes. I thought that shit crazy. No.
Now, if later they say no, it's this one.
Just show it one more time, real quick. I think this shit is crazy.
Look, you see the cop lights on it. You know what I'm saying?
Look at the box, though. If it's all white, all right, and it might be evidence, Joel, but that might be the fucking box.
Look, they didn't have no wrinkles. He certainly didn't have it in a backpack. But here's what I really want to get to.
Well, that shit from Walmart.
I'm going to click over to a video, and most of these videos that I'm going to show you are either from ABC News, Fox News, TMZ. So it's some kind of reporting news service, right? So I'm going to show you.
Yeah. I don't know. Hold on. Wait. What is this? That right leg? That right leg look a little fat on a kneecap. He might have had it tucked up. Let me see. Go back. Might have had it tucked up.
So what we're going to show right here is they said that on the way to the shooting, on the way to campus, he was limping. All right, which he was limping. You can see him on video limping. But they said he was limping because he had a gun tucked in his pants. After really looking at the video, and this is only a part of the video, I don't see how he could bend his leg this much with a gun, and there's no bulge, there's no evidence that there was a gun in his pants. I don't know why he's limping.
Yeah, like, I mean, if you're familiar with, like, tucking some shit in your pants, anybody who ever tucked something in their jaw before, man, listen, just give me your... I don't know if he got the rifle, but look, that right leg, though, it's looking a little husky at the kneecap. Look, let me see. Niggas lying motherfucker right there. Look, go to. Oh man, exit that out. They showed him walking though. That shit. Yo, first they caught him peeling off the roof. This shit crazy, motherfucker peeling off the roof. Then he jumped off. That shit, yeah, is that one right there?
So now here's a video of him apparently running across the roof and jumping down onto the ground. Now, what I really want to point out is when he hits the ground, both legs bend.
There wasn't no resistance in his pants neither. And he dropped too. Definitely like one story, right? No.
All right, so here he is running, okay, carrying a bag. It's not even on his back.
Look,
He's just carrying.
peeling. No, he don't got no hammer on him.
Now look, bend both legs. Right, it's not in his pants. Now watch
did
his
he
legs
drop it already? Hold up, let me see. Go back real quick.
No, they found it in the woods. Look, boom, legs crunched. Right, holding the bag.
No, it did nothing in his leg.
Now.
No, it did. Look, hold on, wait. If you look, it looked like he threw something right there. No, he didn't.
No, they found it in the woods.
No, I know they threw it in the woods. I'm talking about, did he drop it before he jumped down? But he ain't go over there and grab nothing.
So here's my thing.
Yeah.
So for people because I know some of y'all ain't, but for people who's familiar with guns, there's takedown rifles. Takedown rifles are where you can either fold it or take it apart into two pieces to make them shorter. Now, we know the guy had a 17-inch backpack. So if you go look up backpacks, go on Amazon, you look up a backpack sizes, they're either measured by liters of how much water they could hold, whether they're waterproof or not, even if it would leak out. It's either, a 10-liter backpack, 20-liter backpack, or inches. And it'll give you the dimensions before you buy a backpack. So it's a 17-inch backpack. Now, here's the thing. That rifle don't fit in that backpack. So let's say somebody were to go, oh, he could take it down. If he was to take it down, the first thing you'd have to do on a bolt action rifle to take it down, specifically that rifle, is pull the action back.
I mean, it looked like the top part of the attachment. I don't know if it's, right there. It looked like that could be a part of the attachment or whatever. You know what I mean? That definitely looked like he probably had it on the way up. So if that, but that, look, that even credits what you talking about even more. So if he had it when he came up, he wasn't running like that when he left, though.
No, he was limping when he came in. Now, it was hard for me to believe because he was bending his leg, bending his leg good.
But from this joint, it look like that's a scope on his head. I mean, it look like that's a scope right there. It look like he got it on him right there.
So my question is, that's real questionable is this. When you go to take it here, both his legs bent when he hit the ground.
They did. But I ain't see. If we try to pull the video up again where he jumped down real quick. So when he land, look at his right leg. Cause even right there is in his right leg. So look at his right leg. Do he fall a certain way to where it's though like his right leg stay up? Where it fall was a little weird fall. They did bend, but I'm talking about how his body popped back up. No, I'm talking about it could have been a gun on the side though. They bend. They do bend.
He's fucking dicking it, bro. Watch. He's fucking getting it right there, bro. Both legs bending.
No, he don't got no ham on him. He don't got no ham on him.
Now watch his legs.
He don't got no ham on him. He don't got no ham on him. That shit ain't on him.
Look at it bent.
Yeah. That was the right one.
You ain't doing that with a steel barrel in your fucking pants. Now look at this. Boom. He ain't ripped the Levi's. Now, my thing's this.
He was haul-assing. He was haul-assing off that roof.
Let's say he was to take it down and put it in the backpack, which, by the way,
he didn't. He was soon when it, no, I seen the video. Once the shot went off and everybody started running, that was when he started running. Because when the dude, if you look at that one vantage point, that's what make this joint real interesting and shit, though, for real, because so many people, it was so many vantage points, bro. Like, this is the first time in political hit, like history, it was assassination from so many different vantage points
on camera.
It was just so many different. I don't know if it was how many people was there,
and all the videos ain't even come out yet.
No, fuck no. Some people don't even want to post it.
I gotta get this point across. Dude ran before the crowd did because as soon as he pulled the trigger, he was dicking it.
No, he was gone.
I spent almost an hour because I don't have that gun. I spent almost an hour trying to figure out how to break down that gun with a stock barrel, which the photo indicates that it does. It don't have an aftermarket barrel with a thread in or anything, but even if it did have a thread in, he was dicking it. He was the first one out of there. Now, here's the thing. you got to have an Allen wrench to get that fucking thing out of there, and you got to have a couple minutes. You got to have a vise. Maybe it was loosely threaded. You still got to have an Allen wrench. You got to take the fucking scope off for one. But the first thing that you got to do is take that bolt out, which would have ejected the round that they found in the gun, in a box that wasn't in a backpack. It had no wrinkles in it. It was fresh from the fucking store. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then you're going to tell me that he broke the gun down, put it in a backpack, still beat everybody out of there while hopping off a roof. Everybody else was just taking the pathway. He was hopping out of there off a roof. You see what I'm talking about?
So they trying to say he broke the gun down.
Well, what else you gonna say? What else? I don't know what they're saying now.
Yeah, because that video, he wasn't running with it in his pants in that video. Him probably coming upstairs or to the spot with it. Cool. I thought he left it on the roof.
So the gun that they found in the woods, what I want to know is, where's the engravings? I want to know, how do you break a gun down and leave the cartridge in? What do you break it down, pick the cartridge up off the ground, go put it in the woods, put the cartridge back in, put the gun back together while you're on the run?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't know how many movies he was watching, but no, I doubt it. That just seems staged to me.
What's floating around on social media now is the voter registration of the parents. The mom and the dad, which the dad was a cop, the dad was an officer. The mom and the dad both voted Republican, right?
Yeah, they was Republican and said.
But the son seems to have, kind of changed his mind and was apparently, so they say, put this anti-fascist. So one of the casings was supposed to say,
yeah,
fascists eat this, and the gun was supposed to say, if you read this, you're gay, LMAO,
shit like that.
right?
Yeah, some shit. Yeah.
These are staging physical evidence kind of indicators, events, you know what I mean? To where it's like, it almost makes it look more like a paid, hired out event. It's strange, bro. It doesn't make any sense. The story that they're telling us, when you really look at the facts, break down the facts. How did the gun get there? How did the shell stay in there? How did he get it off of there without it being seen? He didn't tuck it in his pants. It did not fit in a backpack. He didn't have time to break that type of gun down. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make something isn't right.
No, absolutely. I think this is a sign of symbolism.
Clean it up. I'm gonna go.
I know what it is, though. No, you know when you see some shit like this with the news and how the news do this, all this is misleading evidence that they presented to the public. Though I just feel like that in itself is just like, first it was some old guy. Well, no, he was just a person's interest. The niggas knew what they was doing. Sign of symbolism. You know what I mean? That's if you want to ask me. I don't know you sides and all that. Listen, whatever he was pushing, whether they was going at Magma, whether they was going at Trump, and he was just collateral damage, whether they was going at him because he told somebody a new asshole in a debate. No matter what listen, I don't know what it was, and it could have possibly been anything. But
you hear him call Magma?
Huh? No, you know what I was talking. I was rapping. You know what I was talking about, man. I had a couple to drink. No, I don't even drink like that. But yeah, like, no, like, you understand what I'm saying, though? Like, for them to, I feel like this was definitely, he was a target, bro. But I think that it was symbolism. If y'all don't know what that mean, that it was a message. It was a message that they try and get across to somebody bigger than Charlie Kirk. And y'all can let that resonate. I mean, I don't got a problem with him. Never had a problem with him. Watched him grind, respected him. I mean, all that shit. His whole stance and on everything he was saying. No, like when he was pushing, some shit was good. Yeah, this shit unbelievable.
I couldn't find nothing that dude said that I could disagree with.
Yeah.
So, like, what I mean is, I didn't follow his every move. I didn't follow his every debate. But when I watch his shit, every single thing that somebody would debate with him on, educated people, PhDs, everybody.
Absolutely. They used to go to universities.
He would always have facts to stand on to say, well, what about this? What about that? Break this down, break that down. He always had something to stand. He never pulled nothing out of his ass.
No. I think that's what made like that little movement that they was going on. And there was just a bunch of conservatives and shit. Like they was going around, going to universities, from the short Candace Owens to the Brandon Tatum. I mean, so it was just they was going around different universities, like really like battling. Even wasn't Ben doing it too? The Shapiro dude or something like that.
There's so much going around social media right now saying that he had something to do with it. I don't believe that.
Oh, come on, leave dude out. Really? I want even though we know it's a rap, Let me know. Elaborate real quick. I'm curious real quick.
Very, very recently, Kirk had stated publicly to multiple people and to even people that he was close with, he was afraid of going against the Jews and he was afraid of going against Israel because he thought that if he went against Israel, that he was going to fear for his life. And he had some very deep debates with Shapiro. And Shapiro's under scrutiny right now from people like us, not from the media, but from people like us, because he will not criticize Judaism. He will not criticize Israel, but he will criticize America. So a lot of people and a lot of big podcasters are questioning, is this a U.S. paid platform or is this an Israel paid platform, or are you just launching this on your own? Because you'll criticize the people where you're at, but you will not criticize Israel or Judaism. Well, Kirk had kind of had some back and forth with him on that. And when he started to go against Judaism, you see all these podcasts where Shapiro's kind of looking at him like, you're toast, buddy. And Candace Owens had stated to Shapiro, you couldn't fire me from this platform. And Shapiro's response was, for very legal specific reasons, I'm not going to get into that, but he did cut Candace Owens. Shapiro did cut Candace Owens. And Candace Owens and Shapiro do not align. They do not agree. And he had stated publicly he would not hire Owens. And she will not work with him no more.
That's crazy. I ain't never. So it's a whole behind the scenes with conservatives.
So it was a known thing. I don't want to get into this. This is for another episode.
I know, because it's different branches. I think that, but I know we ain't gonna get into it and all that. But like, if it's a known fact and shit like that, and if they try and say that he had, I doubt, but if they try and say that he had something to do with the ties to it because of this and the third, or maybe somebody from what he represents felt some type of way about what they represent, attacked, or maybe if they saying that this is like initiated war in some type of way, shape, or form, like, I think that's worth to talk about. I don't think it's a waste of time.
One of the biggest debates right now, so early in this case, is the debate on, was this a lone act or is there more people involved? Are there more people involved?
Absolutely, without a motherfucking doubt. You don't do no shit like, first and foremost, you don't do no shit like that and then get off the campus without nobody seeing you. Like, that's first and foremost. So them cars pulling out of the parking lot when he was jumping off the roof, God question them, God check plates. Yeah, you know I mean, boom, all right, he out, he good, boom, we out. Cause they seen that nigga jump off the roof. So it was people pulling out of the parking lot.
There was people walking around him.
If you understand what I'm saying? Like, it had to take a whole team. Listen, bro. Any successful motherfucker, whether you a fucking hitman, whether you a robber, whether you a motherfucking whatever it is, bro, you need a team, bro. No matter what it is, bro, you need a team.
To get caught.
You know what I mean? You need a team.
Well, you need a team to get caught.
Well, shit. What you mean by that? I'm talking about you need a team to get away with anything successfully.
Nah, you need to act by yourself to get away with anything successfully.
No, because anything can happen. No, I disagree. I disagree. You can do stuff and perfectly time stuff by yourself. That way you won't have no co-defendant. But
George
if you want
to did it, I seen Ocean 11.
No, but if you really want to raise the eyes of you not getting caught, multiple people have to be involved. If you want your eyes to go from whether how good you think your plan is or how good you know somebody's routine, if you wanted to go 50-50 or 60, whatever, however you want to do it, you could do it by yourself. But if you wanted to go to the teens in single digit percentage, you need a team. And that's why people who do bank jobs, that's why people who do big heist, and that's why people who do big hits like this, you need a team for you to at least get away successful.
And that's because he told people. That's because his own father and his friend turned him in.
But the thing is, though, look, even though that was him on camera, even though that was, if we saying that this is the CIA or somebody else, maybe that's who they wanted to get caught. And who was the father? Was he anybody in power? He was a cop.
He was a cop.
So he was just a local policeman.
Well, maybe we should look into that for another episode.
I
don't want to bring bad words to nobody.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. You shouldn't. You don't do no shit like that. Just check it out, but we can look it up. We can check him out. I'll give you my honest opinion. That motherfucker, you know what I mean, into some shit like that, the way as though he prepped that young boy, this, that. I don't know. You don't know what he
Best
was probably
example.
talking to his son, made his son snap. Or well, it can come from the household. It don't have to just be peers, even though peers and friends influence a lot of shit. Your surrounding, your environment do influence a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So maybe he was brainwashed and was like, fuck him. You know what I mean? I'll do it. Him and his buddies got high, start talking about
Y'all
it.
got to jump in the comments and tell us what you think and how you feel. You got to jump in the comments and tell us, do you think that he had a gun in the leg of his jeans when he jumped down?
Fuck no.
I think not. I think not. His legs crunched.
His
Do you
legs
think that
crunched. He was haul assing on the roof. First and foremost, he was gone. He was gone. Now that's what I'm saying, bro. If you ever had a fucking like a shotgun or rifle, what no matter what kind in your pants, bro.
In your pants.
You know what I'm saying? Then you know what I'm talking about. Then check the video of him running and all that. Do you think that it was possible? And then right after,
try it with a broomstick.
Yeah, or with a baseball bat. You know what I mean? With a baseball bat. Without a little, man, look, motherfucker. You running like this with a motherfucking rifle, shotgun, and all that. You not haul assing with it, knees bending like, come on, get the fuck out of here, man. What type of shit? You can't tell me anything, man. You can't tell me anything. Then the box that they found.
So jump in the comments and say this. Do you think that he had a gun in his pants? Yes or no? Do you think that that box or that photo is appropriate for the case? Yes or no? Do you think that if he had that rifle placed in the woods that he would have reassembled it? Yes or no? Do you think that he broke it down and put it in his backpack and still beat everybody out of there first? Yes or no? We need your comments.
What did he do? Why is it in the box? As they touching it before the evidence even there to touch it, first and foremost, because somebody put it in the box unless evidence team got there. And you know what I'm saying?
Here's the kicker. Anybody who ever bought a rifle, an AR, shotgun, it came in that box. Right? I would think if I was like counterintelligence, if I was an investigator, I'd be like, yo, for one, get
you lying. This nigga showed us a brand new hammer. That shit was fresh off the look. Yeah, get the same kind.
Where's the engraving?
What happened to it? Utah pieces of shit.
How do you engrave brass with a knife or what do you have, a CNC machine, a laser engraver?
This shit not even a laughing matter, but the audacity of these niggas to just, this is crazy, bro. It's crazy. You can't just tell people anything nowadays, bro. People gonna look, bro.
You gotta ask more questions.
They think this shit the 50s still, bro. They fucking tripping. Look,
it's a fucking moon landing. It's a fucking.
Sure, you might gotta take that out.
It's a fucking moon landing. I'm not taking that out.
Yeah, get in the comments, man. Y'all think
we ain't laughing at the matter.
No. They know, no. We laughing at the motherfucker audacity of these fucks. You can't lie to the people like this no more, bro, because you got people like us, whether they follow it or not. You got people like us, bro. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I'm going to give you the naked truth. Yeah, man, real rap. I don't listen. You can like me or not. I ain't betting about nothing. I'm just laughing at the fact that show the gun. Look, no, look, this not fun. Show the gun. You gotta be, look, this not funny, y'all. This not funny, right? I'm not making no type of, I'm not doing none of that. Like, I don't want nobody to think that. Show that shit, bro. Look, this shit is fucking embarrassing, bro. Dude just lost his fucking life, bro. Y'all put some shit like this up, talk about something, this what y'all find in the woods. Why it ain't in the grass? Why y'all touching it? Why I don't got the markers around this shit like what y'all found? So y'all wait for the evidence team to come and put some, is that even trustworthy?
Brand new box.
That shit butter.
No engravings. Yeah, not taken down.
They ain't take no. So why they ain't pop the shell out and show the engravings right there? And they already touched the gun from the ground if it was in the woods. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this shit crazy to me. This shit crazy. They just sit there and lie.
Put it in the comments what it is that you think based on this. We need you to comment. It's a brand new podcast. We need you guys to put your input on this. Tell us, do you think that the coverage on this, did we do a bad job? Do you think that we debunking this? Do you think, because we're showing facts. We're showing facts from the news. Do you think that these are questionable facts that the authorities, the FBI is putting out? Do you think that we need to use more fact checking on each piece of evidence? Do you think that he broke that gun down? Do you think that he put it back together? Do you think the shell was in there? because the news indicated all these things of what it is that they said was reported by people that we put in. We put in this administration. We put in Kash Patel was one of the people that we put in. That's the person we trust. All I'm saying is everything here is questionable. You
Fuck
guys, you got to put it in the comments on what do you believe? What do you think? Do we need to ask more questions? Are we going to accept it for what it is, how it is? Are they doing their job? Are they feeding us the truth?
We hit the comments. You'll try to figure out at least the truth, because that was a straight lie that they fed us. I ain't never went to no crazy institution.
Is it a rogue assassination or is this a political assassination?
It is political. It's symbolism. I'm trying to tell you, bro. They sent the message, bro. I don't know who it is, bro. I don't know who it is. I don't know who it's from. But mark my word, bro, it's a message, bro. This shit, whoever, I don't know. All this shit they feeding is bullshit. I think that this shit was a message. And the way that they did it. Hold up. Wasn't it an invite? He wasn't on tour or nothing, was he? He got invited to that?
It
Get
was
the fuck
it
out
was
of here,
a it
man.
was a tour.
They set that dude up, bro.
It was a tour.
All right, so it was a tour. So he was supposed to go to, he was scheduled to go to that college.
Yeah, I forget the name of the tour. It was either like the Prove Me Wrong tour or the Bring America Back tour. It was a tour.
They said, I remember it was a tour. So he was going on tour, so he was scheduled to go there. So they had to drop on him the whole time. They knew that he was scheduled to go there. So somebody could have easily, how long, when did they drop the schedule? Was it a month ago? Because if it was a month ago, then I think that that video that we did before probably was on point. Somebody knew about it. It was popping shit, probably put a little title out, see if it'll catch traction, do a little song on it, see if it catch traction. Nobody ain't really know. And then a month later, they carried out the act.
So consider this.
It's a team
Guys,
of people, bro.
this is the truth. Before there were ever any publishments on the location of where he shot from, we posted that first. Before social media, before any videos of where he could have been laying down.
Yeah.
We published that first.
Yeah, absolutely.
And many other facts along with that. If you guys want us to continue on this particular topic, that's another thing you got to put in the comments. This is a brand new podcast, and we need some feedback. I don't need feedback on if the clock's whack. I don't need feedback on if I'm too close to the wall. We need feedback on the coverage quality. We need feedback on what it is that you guys think. We need some comments. And if you think that somebody's debunking it better than us, if you think that somebody's covering it better than us, because the news certainly ain't, tag that guy. Tag somebody who's doing better, or share this to somebody who's doing better. Now let's get their opinion on it. Let's debate with them. You want us to debate with somebody else, tag them in this, and let's go ahead and get them on the hook.